Ever wondered why some people can effortlessly persuade anyone? Why their ideas take hold, their requests are met, and their goals are achieved with seemingly natural ease? Did you know that a staggering 95% of people make decisions based on emotions? It's not always logic that leads the way. I used to struggle with getting my point across, feeling like my best arguments fell on deaf ears. Then I discovered the science of influence. In this video, we'll unveil the psychological secrets behind genuine persuasion. You'll learn the techniques I now use and that you can use to effectively sway opinions and achieve your goals, from critical negotiations to impactful presentations. Welcome to the Psychology of Influence: How to Persuade Anyone. Let's begin by understanding the foundations of influence. To truly persuade, we must first grasp the fundamental psychological principles that drive human behavior. We'll explore core concepts like reciprocity, that innate urge to give something back when something is received; scarcity, how we often desire things more when they are limited or hard to get; authority, our natural tendency to defer to credible experts; consistency, our drive to be consistent with our past commitments and statements; and liking, the simple truth that we are more easily persuaded by people we know and like. Beyond these, we'll delve into the fascinating world of cognitive biases. These are the mental shortcuts our brains take, which can sometimes lead to predictable patterns in decision-making. Understanding these biases allows you to ethically navigate and even leverage them, and we'll introduce the powerful concept of framing. How you present information, the frame you put around it, can dramatically influence perception and ultimately the decisions people make. Next, we'll focus on building rapport and trust. Before you can influence, you must connect. Establishing genuine rapport and trust is the absolute bedrock of effective persuasion. Without it, even the most logical arguments can fail. We'll share practical techniques for building this crucial rapport, the art of active listening, truly hearing and understanding what others are saying, not just waiting for your turn to speak; the subtle power of mirroring body language and speech patterns to create an unconscious sense of affinity; and the importance of finding common ground to bridge divides and build a shared understanding. Don't underestimate nonverbal communication either. Your posture, eye contact, tone of voice, they all speak volumes and play a critical role in building or eroding trust. Once a connection is forged, it's vital to move towards understanding motivations and needs. The true power of persuasion lies in deeply understanding your audience. What drives them? What are their underlying needs, their aspirations, their core values? We'll explore different types of motivations, such as intrinsic motivators, like a desire for growth, purpose, or autonomy, and extrinsic motivators, like rewards, recognition, or avoiding negative consequences. Each type requires a different persuasive approach. You'll learn techniques for identifying these drivers and, crucially, how to tailor your message to resonate with those specific motivations, making your arguments far more compelling and relevant. Now, let's tap into the engine of many decisions: leveraging emotional triggers. As we mentioned, emotions play a monumental role in decision-making. Logic might tell us what to do, but emotion often tells us when and how to do it. We'll examine common emotional triggers. Think of fear, which can prompt caution or action; guilt, which might lead to amends or change; and hope, a powerful motivator for striving towards a better future. We'll discuss how these can be used effectively and ethically. And that brings us to a critical point: ethical considerations. Using emotional appeals carries responsibility. Our goal is to empower and persuade through understanding, not to manipulate. We'll highlight the fine line between ethical influence and an unethical appeal. Finally, we'll explore applying influence in everyday life. Knowing the theory is one thing, putting it into practice is another. We'll provide practical examples and actionable strategies you can use immediately in various contexts. Whether you're in a high-stakes negotiation, trying to make a sale, leading a team, or even improving your personal relationships. Throughout, we will reinforce the paramount importance of ethical and responsible persuasion practices. True influence is about creating win-win scenarios and fostering positive outcomes. Remember, becoming a skilled persuader is not a destination, but an ongoing journey. The landscape of human interaction is always evolving, so a commitment to continued learning and adaptation is key. By understanding and applying these psychological principles of influence, you're not just learning how to persuade anyone, you're learning how to connect more deeply, communicate more effectively, and lead with greater impact. Unlock your potential, achieve your goals, and start making a more profound difference today.